Well, the search for love comes with risks these days, especially in the way of romance scams. I'm Larry Miller. The Federal Trade Commission says that Americans lose well over $1 billion a year in romance scams, with a median individual losing anywhere close to about $2,000. So here's an example right now from CNN. An 80-year-old widower lost $200,000 in an online romance scam in Oregon. Just one of many headlines that we've seen of people that have been impacted by this very thing. Authorities say in an elaborate scheme, fraudsters establish fake identities, target people looking for love online, using chat rooms, even dating applications as well. And from there begin their attack, asking for money for things like medical expenses, transportation expenses as well, all in an effort to cultivate a deeper relationship and eventually get your money. But it's not just the alleged perpetrators that could face charges, it's also the victims themselves as well, especially if they've been warned to stop sending money to their lover. Well, let's tell you about a case that's getting a lot of attention right now. U.S. government claiming that Ghanaian influencer Frederick Kumi, better known as Abu Tricka, helped a network of imposters swindle more than $8 million from elderly Americans and funnel that money back to Ghana. Court documents showing that he's facing 2 serious charges: conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering. He's pled not guilty to those charges. His next court appearance scheduled for August 25th. Well, one man who's made it a mission to make sure others know about romance scams and the men allegedly behind them. We're talking about the DJ, poet, musician, presenter from Ghana, Abubakar Ahmed, better known as Blakk Rasta. I spoke with him about the charges against Abu Tricka and a lot more. Talk to me a little bit about this, your podcast and what you've been doing on YouTube. I mean, you've garnered thousands of views and even more followers, talking a lot about romance scams and particularly calling out some of the men that are alleged to have been participated in these sort of scams. Tell me, what's the genesis of this project for you?
Well, I would say that I play reggae music on radio, and then we just decided that in these times we have a lot of the youth on social media, so it would also be a very nice platform for us to be able to talk about patriotism and Pan-Africanism. And you will agree with me that when we talk about patriotism, that we're talking about loving our country, loving our continent, and all that. And we can have these miscreants stealing from us, and then making our country poorer and poorer. So basically, it was just there, for us to go out there and speak to the youth and get the youth to be able to be on the right course. So for me, it is all about, Ghana is all about Africa, it's all about the people. So basically, that is what it is.
For all of these sort of cases that we have now, it seems that they are rather elaborate, that there's a lot of money involved in terms of what's being alleged from law enforcement, from prosecutors, in terms of the money that's been taken from some of these victims. How would you describe the situation? Is there a large network that's participating in all of this, that's fueling these sort of crimes?
Yes, for real. I would say that in Ghana and so many other countries around the world, people don't really care about where the money is coming from. What they just want to see is the money on the table. You see, in a country where people still believe that the end justifies the means, then we are certainly in a big trouble.
Mhm.
See, in this country and many other countries in Africa and beyond, once you have the money, they don't care where the money is from. You are the new king. You are the new chief. Everybody comes to you and they see you as successful. They judge a successful person by what physically they have been able to put behind in terms of buildings, the cars that they drive, their bank account. So until we rise above some of these things, we will continue to have people like Abu Tricka and all those people. Of course, they are in a network, and it is something that has gained a lot of grounds in Ghana, in Nigeria, and some other countries. The youth are no more interested in going to school because we have politicians in this country who tell you, listen, I didn't go to school that much. I'm richer than the richest professor in Ghana, in Africa. This is the message they are sending out to the youth. So that you don't find it interesting to go to school anymore. They want to have a phone, the latest iPhone that they can use to deceive and steal from people. Morality has gone very, very low, and it's all about self-interest right now. That is what the youth are engaging in, and social media has made it worse. They steal the money, they come on social media, flaunt in the world, and everybody comes around them. Their families see them as successful. Mother is not going to ask where the money is coming from. You know, father wouldn't do that either. And when other youth see these guys flaunting so much wealth and showing how much they have, they get interested in that. So they recruit them on, and then the empire of thieves continues to grow. That is what they do. There are people who train other youth on how to steal from people using the wires. So it is a very common thing. So now in Ghana and maybe in Nigeria, any successful, and this is their definition of successful youth out there is naturally a scammer. It's a thief. That's what
Um,
it is.
you were quite critical of Mr. Abu Tricka, his legal name, Frederick Kumi. Your thoughts about the allegations that's been lodged against him? The U.S. government says that he's responsible for sort of spearheading this romance fraud scheme that resulted in about $8 million, more than $8 million being stolen from elderly Americans. Your thoughts on his case and the allegations against him?
I think Abu Trika is a fool. You know, I don't subscribe to people stealing from people, you know, but there is some kind of spirit, and I think it's a good spirit that exposes them. Anytime they allegedly steal these monies, they will come out on social media to flaunt their wealth. Anytime they steal this, and there are a lot more who are still on social media, and it's alleged that these are all fraudsters, they are scammers. Abu Trika's mother was selling fish right at the market there. How much was she earning in a day? The father, we are told that is a carpenter. I don't know if they're still, doing the same trade. He made so much money, and he came on social media to flaunt that. He drove some of the best cars in town, and he was in big parties and all that. Unfortunately, a lot of people saw him there doing all this, and people started creating their own opinions, because this is the same direction a lot of them go through. Once they make so much money, they become uncomfortable. They have to come out and show people how much they have. I think it's a certain kind of complex coming from a father who was a carpenter, a mother who sells fish at the market. All of a sudden, you are able to buy a cyber truck. You are able to have so much money. You want to come out and tell people that you are no longer the fishmonger's son. You are no longer the carpenter's son. You are somebody in a different class. I think that is what is eating them up. And Abu Trika, right from the start, even before the FBI came around, it was being peddled around that this was what he was doing. I just pray that we all are wrong, so that everything would go in his favor.
Um, some would say that the economic conditions in Ghana sort of breeds this sort of behavior, that for some young people that are looking to get jobs and opportunities, that they are few and far between, and that for them to make the sort of money that they're interested in making, that it is difficult, if not nearly impossible, at least in some cases, for them to make the sort of money that they would like to in legitimate means. Do you think that the economic situation in the country is leading and contributing to these increases in romance fraud schemes?
There is no excuse to be a thief. There absolutely is no reason to be a thief. The economic situation in Ghana has improved so much from when we had this new president come on, John Dramani Mahama. Bloomberg is talking about it. The American economists are talking about it. Our own African economists are talking about that. If Abu Trika's father is a carpenter, the mother is a fishmonger, we still have the sea in Ghana. He could also be a fishmonger. He could also be a carpenter. We still have timber in Ghana. But if you decide to give yourself an alibi to skip the carpentry job, that fed you as a child, the fishmonger job that fed you as a little child, and you want to hold on to a certain crime that is called romance scam, theft, that is absolutely no excuse. I think it is laziness, and I think that it's irresponsible behavior. What is the cause? It's not the economy. The cause is actually the upbringing, and of course, pressure from the society, what we call peer pressure. And above all, I think that religion has failed us right here in Ghana and in Africa. If all the religions are preaching against theft, and you go to our prison houses and it's full of religious people, Christians and Muslims, then what role is religion really playing? Some of these are church elders. They speak in tongues. They clutch the Bible under their, armpits. They quote every verse from the Bible. Yet they are worse than Ali Baba and the 40 thieves. In my opinion, I think that religion has failed us. And it's time to hold on to natural African upbringing. That would help us. Yes, 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 yes. Not the economy.
You
Not the
you
economy.
you have been sort of on this campaign of sort of calling out these sort of cases and the men that have been involved in them and have been really participating in these sort of schemes. What's your goal here? What would you like to see? I mean, you've called them out. You've profiled these men that have been involved in these alleged schemes. What would you like to see happen? And what do you think the public needs to know?
I think basically we will have to hold on to patriotism. And I say that a lot of our problems are coming out from our lack of patriotism. Because patriotism comes with honesty, it comes with love. Politicians are stealing night and day. Right now, the middle name for almost every politician in Africa, not Ghana alone, is thievery. They are in there to loot and to steal. And when the youth sit behind and see these people stealing and becoming rich, they are in a hurry to emulate them. We don't have good mentors anymore. Almost everybody is becoming an apprentice of a master thief. In my opinion, we need to go back to the rudiments. What are the rudiments? Patriotism. If you love your nation, you will not steal from your nation. And if you don't steal from your nation, what is supposed to go to the ghetto, the inner cities, will go there. Because a lot of the monies that these politicians are stealing should have actually gone to uplift the youth. So they impoverish the youth, and the devil would always find an excuse for some of these youth. So I think that patriotism is very strong. And I told Mr. President the other day, in fact, I'm not a politician, but if I was given the opportunity, I will head a group of patriots. That's what I told Mr. President. And I still believe deep in my heart that when the Americans are coming up, they know almost all the names of their presidents. They know their national anthem, and they are raised in patriotism. Unlike us, we are raised in a way that is close to thievery. We have a local saying right here in Ghana amongst the Fantis. They say, Abane Juma on Swa Ocho. In other words, working for the government is not worth carrying it like a load on your head. Just drag it carelessly on the floor. What it means is that once you work for the government, it's not for you to strive and work so hard selflessly for the government.
Mhm.
It's for you to make as much as you can for yourself.
Mhm.
And this is an old saying. Imagine the youth growing up in this craze. At the end of the day, my brother Larry, what kind of generation are we going to be raising? You know, it's a nation of thieves. Politicians are stealing, the youth are emulating them, religion has failed them. We need to have a new crop of leaders who are most radical. And by radical, I'm just talking about bringing them to the rudimentary teachings of Pan-Africanism.
Do you think that's going to be enough? And is that practical?
It is most practical. All the problems we have in Ghana are rooted right in the head. It's a mental disease. Religion has taught them that, yes, they can make money by sleeping all night. They go to the churches and get holy water and holy oils. And they tell them, you will build a house that you did not spend a penny on. If you say that kind of prayer, for me, I will reject it, and I know already that you are a thief. How do I build a house without using my money? I don't get it. So these are the things they preach in the churches. And all the youth are looking at flying outside the country where they can get a green card somewhere when they should stay and build Mama Africa. If we hit the road, and I have started it, many other people have joined, I am sure that in the next few years, we would have a strong movement that will have the youth rooted on the cause. National farms, like Kwame Nkrumah did, you have no excuse to say you are unemployed unless you don't want to be employed. This is what I'm talking about.
Our thanks to the Blakk Rasta for his time and his perspective. It's worth noting that we did reach out to the attorney that represented Mr. Kumi in Ghana. We have yet to hear back from him. We did hear from the attorney that is representing Mr. Kumi here in the States. He had no new information to provide to us. We do know that, again, Mr. Kumi will be back in court for another pretrial hearing that will take place later this month in August. And at that time, we should get an indication about a potential new court date because of the sort of complexity of the case. Additional time will be needed to mount a defense, and we will look forward to getting a new date from the judge that will take place later this month. Be sure to stay connected with me online at Larry Miller TV on Instagram. You can even check me out on TikTok as well, Facebook, and Twitter. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.